Before the break, we heard from Darren Hart, the Democratic candidate for the Rock Island County Sheriff. Now our conversation with the Republican candidate, Patrick Moody. It's part of our Your Voice, Your Vote coverage here on News 8 at 6:30.
We're going to start off really easy. I'm just going to have you explain to people who you are, what your background in law enforcement is.
Okay. I got a job at the Henry County Sheriff's Department as a deputy sheriff, and that was in August of '92, so that's where I started my law enforcement career. And then from there, I eventually took a full-time position with Kelowna in '95. From there, I got hired on Moline in January of 2001, and I spent my last 20 years with Moline PD and retired in July of 2020.
So knowing all of that background, let's talk about the feature that you want.
Yes.
If you win this election, what are some of your top priorities when it comes to Sheriff of Rock Island County?
Well, my experience is it's unique, is I bring something new to the table here, which is I've been working the front lines my entire career. And I think that's been kind of the missing piece when you look at administrators with departments, is that I was on the front lines. I was there doing the work. And the biggest things, the biggest complaint is right now, especially with everything that's happened in the last couple of years, is morale. And I want to do things to make the department better that's going to add quality of life to the deputies and the correctional officers. One of those big tasks is that I want to deputize all the correctional officers inside the jail to where you're going to add value to their position. It's not unheard of. There's many sheriff's departments throughout the state to do it. I came from the Henry County Sheriff's Department, and they do it that way as well. And so by doing that, it allows them to have a little bit more authority when it comes to being inside the jail, to where they have arresting power inside the jail, where they can deal with the warrant stuff as well. And then there's plenty of other things that can be done as well. Like right now, the Sheriff's Department, as far as the road, they have absolutely the worst work schedule that I'm aware of in the Quad City area. They work off of a 6-2 rotation, and they're constantly having to work 6 days in a row. And there's other schedules out there that are far better. Those are things to me to where if the consensus is that that's what they want and it makes sense, then why not do it?
Well,
So,
a lot of that, like morale boosting,
it's important.
That goes along with one of the biggest challenges facing the Sheriff's Department is staffing.
Yes.
What other avenues do you have to help increase staffing?
It really, everything is turned upside down in the last couple of years. And it all went from, in 2020, and it was the defund the police movement, and it's gotten so bad where now they're trying to pass a lot of these crime bills that are trying to get pushed through. The Safety Act is the big one, where it's just making it worse and no one wants to do the job.
So what can you as sheriff do to help this? Because, when we talk about the Safety Act,
Yes.
There's not a similar bill in Iowa, and yet Iowa is experiencing the same staffing issue problems as Illinois. So what ways can you as sheriff help tackle this problem?
Everybody knows me as a cop's cop. Okay, I love people. I love building relationships with the public, but I'm a cop's cop, and everybody knows that. And so if I get elected here, I want to be able to use that platform in such a way where everybody knows that I'm going to support the profession, and I'm going to put myself out there in such a way to build better relationships with the public, where the public understands where we come from and we do what we do and why we do it, where there's more transparency. That platform has not been used in a way that it should for the longest time, and I want to be able to change that.
Again, both candidates' answers were edited down for time. To view a more in-depth version of these interviews, you can tune in to News 8 this week on Sunday morning at 10 a.m.